We touched a little bit on artificial intelligence. We read so much about engaging customers, how machine learning improving that customer experience. And what have you seen happening in terms of machine learning, AI helping customers find the right product? Okay, the recommendations, advertising, search, bunch of other use cases, which again, fashion industry is latching on right now. But where do you think like the biggest breakthrough out there?
I think it's the apps, as far as I'm concerned. You have fantastic apps. Every store, every fashion designer has their own apps, and with the avatars, with the metaverse, I think the customer experience, the user experience is going to be so wonderful, hugely improved. You can be in one place at home and be in the store at the same time and pick clothes. Or you can go to the store and customize things right with your app in the store as well. That's the most, a lot of people actually are doing that. Like I think Ralph Lauren has a store connected with the metaverse that teaches people how to actually shop in the metaverse or shop better. And it's a huge improvement over what we've been having. You can actually also go and buy your own clothes physically, but you have options. You have much more options, and the user experience is hugely improved.
Options, all this flexibility and convenience, right, that we get with newest technologies for sure. So what do you think about on-demand clothing? Okay, with 3D printing, is this something we should really discuss today, or again, it's really far in the future?
Yes, I think a Dutch designer, Iris Helpern, she is ahead of that. She has been doing 3D clothing and fabulous stuff. And I am all for it, actually, personally. From a personal standpoint, I love it. I love 3D printing. You can design your own things. I mean, I see kids designing clothes. It's fabulous what you can do. I definitely... I'm a huge proponent of 3D printing. It's also less waste. It's very sustainable. And I only see an upside. And beautiful designs. I mean, absolutely dreamlike designs. This Iris Helpern is doing. Her fashion shows are like from... Even before the metaverse, even before we started entering the metaverse, her fashion shows were a dream. So she always was ahead of time. But I like what Ralph Lauren is doing with Tommy Hilfiger, all of them. One more thing I really love with Tommy Hilfiger. He is doing for the handicapped. He is actually producing clothes for the handicapped. And that's another fashion tech, because he uses like Velcro closure and easier for people to dress themselves. I think it's a beautiful thing. We need to also touch that area. I'm sorry, I sort of veered off from the tech aspect of it, but 3D printing, I'm all for it. And, improving, working towards a seamless, sustainable value chain.
What about seamless experiences when, again, some of the experts I'm speaking with throwing out the term phygital? Okay, phygital. The world is going to be around us, right? That seamless transition from physical to digital and back. Okay, do you think retail industry is in danger right now? Because again, shops are closing, right? Companies not finding new business models that will work in this new world. How dangerous is this, or maybe exciting on the other side? Yeah.
Well, at this point, I'm always looking at the younger generation because they're the future leaders. At this point, I see that Generation Z they're loving it going to the store. I was surprised. I think the store will always be there. I hope they're not closing all the stores. Yes, there are less stores, but I think there was a study, and I don't have the exact, but it's like 67% of generation Y and Z prefer also going to the store. They love doing the online shopping, e-commerce, and their avatar type shopping. But I think that's pretty positive about still having stores in the future. But you have to there has to be an interoperability in the metaverse and in the store with the stores. It has to be seamless. Exactly.
And stores, brands, companies, they have to be aware, okay, because those who do not digitize, those who do not offer this seamless experience, they're gonna lose in the store floors as well.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean I don't have app? What do you mean it's not convenient for me? I personally had very unfortunate interaction with one of the biggest brands lately. Just simple return, okay? Return the item that I ordered online. That was a nightmare in the store. I had to install the app real time. It was not installing. Wi-Fi was horrible. They could not take the item in. Speaking of customer experience, speaking of internal processes, speaking of employees, actually, I felt bad for the people who work there.
Yeah.
They tried to help me. It was hopeless, okay? I ended up taking my item back, going home, printing out the label, and mailing that item in. What a disaster in terms of digital business processes out there. And this is a huge brand. I'm not gonna mention it for now. I'm sure they fixed the problem. But that it's me, right? But talk about Gen Ace, okay? Talk about
Yeah.
alphas, talk about,
Yeah.
they're never gonna enter that brand anymore. What do you
No. I think 5G is going to help us a lot with that. Really do, because I'm seeing it being installed around here in Washington, and I'm already noticing a big difference. Today, I was somewhere this morning, and I needed to get the app, and I downloaded, and I have gone through the experiences we're explaining here, but this morning, I actually was able to get this app down in the store app right away. And I think 5G, this is really, really helping us in that regard.